everybody, it's Kira and welcome back to my channel. So today I have my December wrap-up for you guys. So last wrap-up of 2019. December was like an okay reading month. I had a ton of things to do when finals hit, so there was a couple of weeks, there was like a 2-week period in there where I didn't really read anything, and then once I finished finals, I had a lot more free time to read. So let's just get into, this will be my wrap-up and then the tiny haul that I have of like Christmas things that are bookish / fandom related. So let's get into it. So the first book I read in December was a reread of Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo, and then I followed it up with Ruin and Rising, finishing off the Grisha trilogy in my reread of it. It was so much fun rereading these books because it was really cool to imagine the cast as the characters. I maybe have mentioned this before, but when I have a character, oh my word, the cat. Should I let the cat in? I'm letting the kitty in. Okay, let my cat in, so we'll see how this goes. What are you doing, silly? I'm over here. Come here. There you are. Hi. Oh, jeez. This is Lucy. She's really cute. I think she's sad because all of the people are gone now. We had my grandparents and my uncle over at our house for Christmas, and they left yesterday, and then now my siblings are off at school, and my dad is off at work, so it's just, and my mom is sick, so it's just me and my mom at home today, so there's a lot less people home for the kitty to play with. Anyways, back to what I was saying before. So when I'm reading a book and imagining people, the characters, I don't specifically imagine, ouch, like what a character necessarily looks like. My imagination just doesn't really work that way. I need to have some sort of reference for a character to imagine them doing something. So for me, like having a cast, like having an actor play a character, even if like I don't exactly, like if I haven't seen the adaptation, like for the Grisha trilogy, even like having their faces to put with the character and what they're doing is more helpful for me when I'm reading, and I find it helps me. I know that's not how it is for a lot of people, but for me personally, it makes the reading experience better. So it was a lot of fun rereading the Grisha trilogy and imagining like Ben Barnes as the Darkling, or I'm forgetting her name, but also the actors for Mel and Alina, and just imagining those characters in the situations in the book, which I think is going to make for a very good TV show. So I'm super excited. It was super fun rereading these, and it's got me super hyped for the show. So the next book I read in the month of December is We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faizal? Oh boy, now I'm stressed. Hafsa Faizal? I'm really sorry, I'm totally mispronouncing that. This is the first in a fantasy series, and it's so good. I'm losing my train of thought because my cat is sitting on my lap right now, and she's very distracting. So it's the first in a fantasy duology, and it's about this world where magic is like gone. It's kind of been taken away, and we follow two characters. Well, the first one is the son of the Sultan, son of the ruler of the world, and he just kind of has to do his father's bidding. Ouch! That one hurt. Having the cat in here is a terrible idea. Anyways, so he's the son of the ruler, and he basically is just like an executioner for his father, and so he just goes and does what he is told to do. And the second character we follow is a girl who is the huntress, except nobody knows that it's a girl, so everybody thinks this person is called the hunter. And the girl goes into this forest, which is bordering all of the lands, that is filled with kind of like dark magic. Basically, both of them are offered a quest to go and, well, the girl is offered a quest to go and bring back magic, and the boy is supposed to go and kill the hunter, but he finds out she's a girl, and there's other characters from other countries in the world, and it's really cool. It's really great like angsty romance in it, and I'm super excited for the second book. That was a really bad explanation of the book, but I'm sorry, but it was just so good. I don't even know how to explain it. Oh my word. Okay, you need to leave. Okay, say goodbye to everybody because you're too distracted. So the next book I read in the month of December is The Order of the Phoenix by J.K. Rowling. Continuing my reread of the series, I finished book 5, and I think I liked it a lot better this read through than I have in the past, because in the past, it's just always felt like Harry was really whiny and mean to his friends, and like it was kind of annoying to read. But I feel like in the years since I last read this book, I've come to a better understanding that like he's going through a lot of PTSD from seeing Cedric die in book 4, and everybody hates him, and Dumbledore tells him nothing. Like, he has no information flowing, and he's really cut off from the world for those couple of months while he's at Privet Drive, and so it's like, I totally understand where Harry is coming from in a lot of the book. Plus, he's got Voldemort in his head, which is not helpful either. What got me this time wasn't Sirius actually dying, but it was Harry's reaction once he's like talking to Dumbledore in Dumbledore's office and he's like breaking things and like having that whole conversation. That was when I started to cry. I didn't cry when he actually died, because I think I figured out like in the book, like, because it's still part of like an action scene, J.K. Rowling doesn't really take time for Harry to like process what is happening. You still don't get a ton of Harry's thoughts necessarily. I mean, you get some of his like immediate reaction, but you don't really get him like really like processing what just happened. And so it's not until Dumbledore's office that is where he's like really processing things and is like, I don't want to be here anymore kind of thing. And so that's what made me cry when I read this book. But it was a really cool reread. The stuff with the Weasley twins, so great, and everybody hating Umbridge is so amazing. I love the other scene that is my favorite is when Harry walks past McGonagall, who is by Peeves, and he's like trying to unscrew the chandelier and she says it unscrews the other way. Just warms my heart. I love McGonagall, and her hatred for Umbridge is so amazing. Also, when Harry has the whole meeting about what to do after school with Umbridge and McGonagall, and it's so funny. Oh my goodness, this book is really good, and I'm very happy that I reread it. Next up, I read The Day the World Came to Town by Jim DeFeedy. This is a book, it's a nonfiction book about this little town called Gander, which is in Newfoundland in Canada. And it's the story of during 9/11 / like the couple of days after, the U.S. airspace was closed. And so they had to relocate all the planes that were going into the U.S. And divert them somewhere else. And so 38 planes were diverted to Gander, and it's just the story of all the people in both the town and on the planes, and how the city, like the town only had like 6,000 people, and then the town was like 10,000 people, and then they had 6,000 people from the planes come into their town, and they just welcomed them with open arms and shared everything. Everybody came together. It was really cool. And this summer, I actually went and saw a musical called Come From Away, which is based on this same occurrence. So I already knew some information about this going into this book. It was a book that my grandpa actually got for Christmas, and he was still here. And so I was like, hi, can I read this? Because I'm really interested in it now after seeing the musical. Because before I saw the musical, I had no idea that it even had happened. And so the musical is really good, so if you have a chance to go see it or listen to the album, please do. It's really good. But this was the nonfiction version of the story and of what happened, and it was really cool to read. And then I finished off my 2019 by participating in the Demigod-a-thon, and so I reread, I almost said Harry Potter. This is Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the first book, The Lightning Thief. You can tell this is a very well-loved copy. It has been between me and both my brothers, and maybe my mom as well. We have loved this book to death. So it was really, really fun rereading this. It made me realize how amazing the Lightning Thief musical is, which has only got a couple more days on Broadway, so if you have a chance to go see it on Broadway, do it quick. But it's also going back on tour next year. This year? Next year. This year. I think this summer it's going back on tour, which is very exciting. So I'm going to try and go to it if I can. But the musical is also like a really good adaptation. And of course, hopefully we will get a new adaptation. Rick Riordan is working with Disney to hopefully get a new adaptation of Percy Jackson, because these books deserve a really good adaptation. Yeah, it was just a really fun reread and a good way to end my year and my decade. Okay, so now we'll do a quick haul. Those are all the books that I read in the month of December. Now I'll do a quick haul of the things that I got. So this was on sale at BAM, and I went into BAM to buy my mother a Christmas present, and I came out with a book for myself because that's how it goes. So I got A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. Which I read earlier, I think in like November, which is Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I'm very excited for the sequel. I wasn't as excited for the sequel right after I finished the book, but like now that I own the book and the sequel's coming out, I'm kind of getting hyped for it, so I do want to read it. And this cover is just super, super cool too. And it was only $5, so I'm like, why not? And then the one book that I got for Christmas is The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo, which is very exciting because I read it this past summer and absolutely loved it. Look at all of these fancy award stickers it has. I'm very excited to have my own copy of it. It's a book told in verse, and it's just about this girl and her experiences in life as a teenager in New York City. And yeah, it's told in verse, which normally I don't read, but I read it this year and loved it. This year? Was it really last year? It might have been in 2018, actually. I don't actually know when I read this, but I did read it one summer and loved it. So I'm very excited to have my own copy. I also got a Star Labs sweatshirt from The Flash, which I'm very excited about, except it was the wrong size, so we're returning it and getting a new size, but I also have that. And then the one other thing that I really wanted to show you guys is my brother got me a Steve Irwin Funko Pop. It's the Crocodile Hunter as Funko Pop, and he's holding a little crocodile, and it makes me so happy. I love Steve Irwin and all the work that he did while he was still alive, and it just makes me very happy, so I wanted to share that. So yeah, that is it. Those are all of the books that I read in the month of December, as well as all of the ones that I got this last month. Comment down below, let me know if you've read any of these, and if you have any cool thoughts on them. I'd love to discuss Harry Potter in the comments with you. Me and my mom have had a lot of really cool discussions, because she's reread the series like 5 or 6 times already. And I think this is only my 3rd reread ever, but she knows the books super, super well. So we've had a lot of really cool discussions as I've been rereading the series. So if you want to discuss Harry Potter or any of the other books, please let me know. Just type out a comment and I would love to chat with you there. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to follow me on social media, all my links are in the description as always. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!